We live in an era where noise is equated with influence, and the loudest scream is often mistaken for a genuine manifestation of power and authority. Man's our constant participation, urging us to speak, to post, and to shout just to be noticed in the vast digital sea. But observe closely. In nature, the most devastating storms often begin with a silence that is both terrifying and profound, gathering strength in the shadows. The strongest individuals are not those who try to prove themselves to others, but those who maintain a quiet, unbreakable mind amidst the swirling chaos. True power does not need to announce itself. It exists in the steady breath and the calm heart that refuses to be moved by external turbulence. Consider the surface of a deep lake. It reflects the entire world without effort, its stillness masking a depth that is both mysterious and immensely powerful. Silence is not the absence of sound, but the presence of self. It is a sanctuary where the spirit gathers the energy required for greatness. When we stop reacting to every noise, we begin to hear the truth. Strength is born in the quiet moments of reflection and intentional stillness. The loudest man in the room is often the most insecure. The quietest man is often the one who has already conquered his own internal demons. They understand that energy spent on performance is energy lost. Instead, they invest their spirit into the construction of an impenetrable and resilient internal fortress. This is the essence of resilience. It is the ability to stand tall without shouting, and to remain whole when the world tries to break you. Stoic philosophy teaches us that true strength lies not in controlling the world around us, but in mastering our own internal reactions to its events. The great thinkers of the past knew that the mind is the only thing we truly possess. Everything else is subject to the whims of fate. A quiet person is not silent because they are empty. They are silent because they are choosing where to direct their most precious resource, their attention. There is a circle of influence and a circle of concern. The strong focus entirely on what they can change, ignoring the noise they cannot. They realize that arguing with a fool only proves there are two fools. They choose silence as a shield against the toxicity of the mundane. By building this internal citadel, they become immune to both the hollow praise of the crowd and the sharp stings of their unfair, bitter criticism. Seneca once said that we suffer more in imagination than in reality. The quiet man understands this, refusing to let his mind become a battlefield. Patience is the cornerstone of resilience. It is the ability to wait for the right moment while others exhaust themselves with premature and useless actions. To be like a mountain is to be present without being intrusive. It is to possess a gravity that commands respect without saying a single word. Internal control is the highest form of human achievement. It requires more courage to remain silent than it does to scream your opinions at everyone. Like water settling in a glass, a quiet mind allows clarity to emerge. This clarity is the weapon that defeats confusion and despair every time. Time is the ally of the patient. The resilient know that truth does not need to be rushed. It simply needs to be lived with integrity. When you are comfortable with your own silence, you become a master of yourself. You no longer depend on the world to tell you who you are. This stone has been shaped by years of rushing water, yet it remains solid. Resilience is the art of being refined by life, not broken. They find strength in the storm. While others run for cover, the quiet soul stands in the rain, learning its rhythm and finding its hidden beauty. Wisdom is often whispered, never shouted. To hear it, one must first cultivate a landscape of silence within their own busy and cluttered heart. Let your life be your message. Words are cheap, but a life lived with quiet, consistent strength is a testament that can never be truly ignored. Look at the rock in the ocean. It does not argue with the waves. It does not plead for mercy. It simply exists, immovable and eternal. The waves spend their energy trying to break the rock, but in the end, the waves dissolve into mist while the stone remains exactly as before. Consider the mountain tree. It survives the harshest winds, not because it is rigid, but because its roots are buried deep within the dark earth. Visible beauty is in the leaves, but invisible strength is in the roots. The quietest part of the tree is what keeps it from falling down. Strength is often found in the most humble places. Nature doesn't boast about its miracles. It simply performs them with quiet, tireless, and unending persistence. The blacksmith works in silence, his rhythm dictated by the heat and the metal. Each strike is intentional, transforming raw iron into a tempered blade. He doesn't need to describe the sword's sharpness. The steel's quality is proven through the fire and the pressure of the hammer's repeated heavy blows. The universe is mostly silence. Yet within that silence, stars are born, galaxies rotate, and the fundamental laws of existence operate without any noise. Precision is the daughter of quiet focus. When you stop talking, you start seeing the fine threads that hold the world together in harmony. A single silent action can have a ripple effect that touches everything. You don't need a megaphone to change the world. You need a purpose. The apex predator doesn't roar when it hunts. It moves with a terrifying grace and silence, its power stored for the moment it truly matters. Nothing is more powerful than a glacier. It moves slowly, quietly, and relentlessly, reshaping the entire landscape through the sheer weight of its persistent existence. Real growth happens in the dark, under the soil. It is a slow, silent process of becoming something greater than what you were yesterday. The owl sees everything because it says nothing. It listens to the whispers of the wind and the subtle movements of the hidden secret world. Be like the river. It flows around obstacles without complaint, using its steady, quiet momentum to eventually wear down even the hardest, most stubborn obstacles. The greatest transformations occur in the absolute stillness of the cocoon. It is a period of waiting, of melting down, and of silent, internal rebuilding. A lighthouse doesn't fire cannons to call attention to its presence. It just shines. Its very existence is a guide for those lost in darkness. Quiet strength is a compass. It doesn't tell others where to go. It simply knows its own direction and remains true to its core principles. The moon doesn't compete with the sun. It waits for its time to shine, illuminating the darkness with a gentle, silent, and undeniable majesty. In a room full of talkers, the one who listens is the one who learns. Silence is the ultimate filter for processing and understanding complex information. When you speak less, your words carry more weight. They become like arrows, few in number, but delivered with lethal precision and undeniable impact. The strong do not feel the need to fill every silence with empty noise. They are comfortable with the space between thoughts and the weight of words. Psychologically, the need to speak is often a need for validation. The resilient individual finds validation within themselves, rendering the crowd's opinion entirely irrelevant. They have nothing to prove. Their confidence is so deep that it doesn't require an audience. They are their own judge, jury, and silent witness. Discipline is the highest form of self-love. It is the silent work done when no one is watching, when the only motivation is personal excellence. They don't post their workouts. They don't announce their goals. They simply show up, do the work, and let the results speak for themselves later. Victory is won in the early hours of the morning. It is won in the small, silent choices to choose effort over comfort every single day. Even the most mundane tasks are opportunities for mindfulness. To be fully present in a simple action is to be a master of one's mind. They understand that ego is the enemy. By remaining quiet, they keep their ego in check, preventing it from leading them into useless and destructive conflicts. Deep work requires deep silence. The strongest minds are those that can retreat into a state of flow, where the outside world simply ceases to exist. Silence allows for empathy. When you stop talking about yourself, you finally have the space to truly see and understand the struggles of others around you. Inner peace is not a gift, it is a skill. It is the result of thousands of silent victories over the impulse to react, complain, or judge. They don't fight the inevitable. They accept reality as it is, which gives them the power to navigate through it with grace and quiet, inner dignity. In an age of constant connectivity, the ability to be alone with your thoughts is a superpower. It is the ultimate sign of mental maturity and health. The strongest people have the richest inner worlds. They don't need external entertainment because they are fascinated by the depth of their own consciousness and imagination. Silence is the language of the soul. It is where we find the answers that the world's noise tries so hard to hide from our awareness. They let go of what they cannot control. This release is not a sign of weakness, but an act of supreme, quiet, and liberating power. Their silence is a declaration of independence. They are not controlled by their environment. They are the masters of their own internal, peaceful kingdom. Resilience is built in the mundane. When you are stuck in traffic, don't reach for your phone or the horn. Reach for your own internal peace. This is your training ground. Every moment of frustration is an opportunity to practice the art of non-reaction and to strengthen your inner resolve. Practice eating in silence. Notice the flavors, the textures, and the sensation of nourishment. Connect with the present moment through your senses, not your screens. Steam rising from a cup of tea. These small, quiet observations ground you in reality and keep you from drifting into anxiety. When forced to wait, don't resist it. Use the time to observe your surroundings and your own thoughts. Waiting is a gym for your patience and self-control. The urge to be constantly doing is a form of restlessness. Practice being. Sit with yourself for 5 minutes every day without any distractions or goals. Journaling is the dialogue between you and your soul. It is a way to externalize your thoughts, making them easier to manage and understand with clarity. Writing down your intentions solidifies them. It is a quiet contract you make with yourself to remain steadfast in the face of life's many challenges. Reconnect with the earth. The world is solid and real. Your problems are often just temporary shadows in your mind that vanish when you ground yourself. Your breath is the anchor of your spirit. When the world gets too loud, return to your breath. It is the one thing that is always present. Physical movement done with awareness is a form of meditation. Respect your body, for it is the vessel that carries your resilient and powerful soul. Audit your digital life. Remove the sources of noise that do not serve your growth. Reclaim your attention from the algorithms that seek to steal it. Look at the stars. They have been there for billions of years, shining in silence. Your current troubles are small compared to the vastness of time. Embrace the dark. It is where you rest, recharge, and prepare for the battles of tomorrow. Sleep is the ultimate act of biological and mental restoration. Be your own best friend. The way you talk to yourself in the silence of your mind determines the quality and the strength of your life. Appreciate without possessing. This detachment is a high form of wisdom that prevents unnecessary suffering and allows for a more profound and authentic appreciation. Seek knowledge in the quiet. The most important lessons are rarely found in the headlines. They are found in the timeless thoughts of those before us. Accept the rain. Accept the cold. Accept the heat. By accepting what you cannot change, you preserve your energy for what you truly can change. Your inner light must be steady. Don't let the passing winds of opinion or circumstance extinguish the fire of your own personal and unique truth. Know when to walk away. Silence is a powerful answer to hostility. It shows that you value your peace more than the need to be right. The tide of life will always go in and out. Be the shore, vast, patient, and unmoved by the constant ebb and flow of the ocean. Your strength is a choice. Every day, choose to be the observer of your emotions, not the slave to them. This is true, quiet mastery. Behind every graceful movement is a history of pain. The resilient do not complain about their scars. They wear them as silent badges of honor. They understand that struggle is the price of mastery. The silence of their practice is where the transformation from amateur to artist truly occurs. Failure is not a setback for the strong. It is a data point. They process their disappointments in quiet, refining their approach until they reach the truth. They don't seek pity when they fail. They seek solutions. This internal resilience is what eventually leads to the breakthroughs that change the entire world. The real race is against yourself. It is the silent argument between your mind and your body, where the mind must ultimately prove its superior strength. They don't need a crowd to cheer them on. The internal satisfaction of finishing what they started is a reward far greater than any hollow external praise. Life carves us all. The question is whether we become a pile of shavings or a masterpiece. The resilient choose to be the latter through patience. Every challenge is a chisel stroke. It may be painful at the moment, but it is necessary to reveal the strength and beauty hidden within. Pressure creates diamonds. Without the weight of the world, there would be no brilliance. The strong embrace the pressure as a means of their evolution. Nothing can stop a life that refuses to give up. This silent green defiance is more powerful than all the concrete and steel in the city. It doesn't ask for permission to grow. It simply finds a way. This is the ultimate lesson of resilience. Persistence is the only true requirement. There is a dignity in enduring. To stand firm while the world changes around you is the highest form of spiritual and mental character development. They are the captains of their own souls. No matter how high the waves, they hold the wheel with a quiet, firm, and unshakable hand. Their confidence comes from within, forged in the fires of past struggles and the silent victories that no one else will ever truly know about. They find comfort in the fire. It is a symbol of their own internal warmth and the passion that drives them forward in the deep silence. In this stillness, they find the strength to face the next day. They are not afraid of the future because they have already conquered themselves. The dawn always comes for those who wait in silence. Their resilience is rewarded by the light of a new day and new opportunities. Do not fear the silence. Do not fear being unnoticed. The most profound transformations happen when no one is watching and no one is listening. Focus on building your internal world. Make it so beautiful and so strong that you never need to escape from it into the noise. The strongest people are not those who speak the most, but those who can remain calm and smile during the most violent of storms. Let your results be your voice. Let your character be your testament. Your silence is not a lack of power. It is the source. You have within you a fortress of peace. Guard it, nurture it, and let it be the foundation upon which you build an extraordinary life. The journey of 1,000 miles is taken one silent step at a time. Walk with purpose, walk with courage, and walk in peace. Be the quiet force that the world cannot ignore. Your resilience is your power, and your silence is your most beautiful and profound art form. Go forward now into the world with the quiet strength of a mountain and the deep, enduring resilience of the human soul.